Hey, what's happening, guys? Elton here. I'm in the Saint Michel district of Montreal, Quebec, in the East End. And all these cute little houses I walk by, I don't even know what street I'm on yet. I know Saint Michel's Boulevard is just a street over. Big chain plane on that takeoff there. And anyway, I was walking these houses. I'm like, man, you know, these little houses, which I think were built actually for World War II soldiers. I wonder how much one of them goes for. I mean, I could see myself you know, owning a little house like that. Little house, little driveway, low overhead, you know, right on. You know what I mean? Keep it simple, you know. Anyway, I was out floating around in the Côte des Neiges area. I think I saw one antique car. That was it, one. And it was like a 75, 76 Cadillac Eldorado, old white man driving it, blowing up fucking Victoria Street. Mint. And look at this, here I've been here, what, walking 5 minutes? What do I see? Look at that, Infiniti i30, right? Not very common. Already an old car. Already, you know, almost 20 years old. And one of the reasons why I started filming is not just this beautiful, charming old little house here. Look at this one here with all the ornate details on it. Oh my God, I didn't even notice that until now. Look at this old Ford F350. It's up on blocks. There's not even any wheels on it. Yeah. Probably an Italian owns it. How do I know? Because it's a fucking practically an antique pickup truck and it's got a plow on the front of it. So a lot of Italians live around here. A lot of Italians, blacks, Arabic, a couple Latinos for good measure. And what's this street over here? I was actually going to jump on the 67 Arctic Scrap and go home, and I'm like, no. I'm not going to wrap this up yet. I haven't had enough success today. I need to film. I never did find an old car to film. That Cadillac I saw was just blowing by, like I said. A couple other cars that caught my attention were, I think, late 90s Acura TLs. The TL basically took over the role of the Acura Legend. But there is that Acura Legend near my place I was thinking about. Like, it looks like a 91 to 95, 6, something like that. And I might have to film it one day, even though it's not clean. Maybe I'll film it actually like, oh look, I'm on 9th Avenue. That's where I am. Okay. Anyway, maybe I'll film it one day anyway when it rains, you know, so that way it'll look clean or something. I don't know, for me clean is a big deal, unless of course the car is of a certain age and I don't care as much. I.e., for example, the other day I was walking around Ville Saint Laurent there, and I was not far from, where the hell was I? I was near the 40. I was near the T-Can, as we call it, the T-Can at the Trans-Canada. And anyway, so I'm walking along this residential area like this, but you know, a house is bigger, people got more money. And what is in the driveway? A 78 or 79 Pontiac Le Mans. That's right. Those cars used to be very common back in the day, and now there's none. Atta boy, you're on YouTube, buddy. What a star you are. My fucking vintage bikes, they don't even ride straight. I couldn't even take my goddamn hands off a handlebar. Both of them, I couldn't take both of them off at the same time. Forget about it. So, anyway, it's a beautiful evening here, and anyway, like the point I was trying to make was that Pontiac Le Mans it was all original, right down to the hubcap, but it was dirty as hell. It was in somebody's driveway, so I didn't film it or anything, you know. And look at that, the leaves are starting to change here. I'm going to let this guy go by a little bit here. I don't want him to think I'm filming him on purpose. He happened to have been walking at the same speed as I'm going at, you know what I mean? I like that Mazda 6. That's what my uncle Brian had, who sadly passed away years ago. And a Cadillac in a driveway. Yeah. And oof, I'm a little pooped there. I lost my train of thought there. Yeah, cars are more colorful out here. Christ, I filmed a ride on the 160 Barclay route. And pretty much going through the ghettos of Côte des Neiges. Man, I didn't see one fucking car that was cool. I don't even think I saw one that was really cool. Not even, let alone forget about old or retro. I mean, colorless and boring. I can't even think off the top of my head. Look at this oldie right here. Even the colors weren't just. Look, it still has a 79 issue plate. Oh my God. Holy shit, man. It's funny to see that because I still have the 79 Quebec plate that was on my 65 LeSabre. Why? Not just because it's a vintage plate, it's because it was owned by a friend of mine who was my scout leader. Even though, mind you, it's funny how I was thinking about like how the fuck did that plate get all mangled? It's kind of like all the corners are all like pulled and everything and bent, and I don't know why the hell that is. I was thinking about it, I'm like, maybe it's because the plate back then, like on most old cars, American cars, the plates were part of the rear bumper, you know, not like above it and stuff like that. So maybe that's got something to do with it. Just charming little old houses, you know. Yeah, it's giving me ideas, and I wouldn't mind having, look at that, just a nice little house like that. Typical design, nothing fancy. Yeah, I could see myself in something like that, you know. I mean, don't get me wrong. You live in an apartment. You want to save money. You don't want to spend money on a building your own that you live in. Then don't buy a fucking house, man. Because when you buy a house, that's the thing. You know, there's repairs and maintenance and chimney sweepings, and you got to mow the lawn, and you got to plow the fucking driveway, and you got to clean out the rain gutters, and this and that. It never ends. It's worse than now where I live. Look at how original that is. Very nice. Very nice. Me, I'm still looking for the elusive old cars I like to document and vlog. Toyota 4Runner is nice, but it does not fit the bill. And this is horrible, right? We just passed it there. Horrible. Oh, look at the garage back there, eh? That's probably a car guy right there. What was that there? Eh? Fucking Corvette C2 in there. Look at that. Beautiful. Just charming. Somebody added some value to their home there, you know? I think I filmed a walk on this street once, except that it was the industrial part, which is north of here. Yeah, well that's it. I'm not going to walk more than that because I'm tired. I'm thirsty now, and there was a park next to Saint Michel metro station when I walked out. I couldn't find a water fountain, and look at this guy. You think he loves Canada? Sure he hates it. Sure he hates Canada, hates fucking, you know, hates Canadians, and hates fucking English people. And even me, a person like me who was English and French, would probably be questioned by somebody like that. Nice little Miata. I say, boy, I tell you, if there's ever an old car that has a high survival rate, the Mazda Miata, way up there. Way up there, even more, I think, than a Camaro from the 80s, because compared to a Camaro from the 80s, a Camaro from the 80s is probably a fucking piece of junk, frankly. Even I know that, as much as I rant and rave, not rant, but I rave about old American cars, and they're this and that, and they're durable. Yeah, but come on, fuck, I mean, seriously, in terms of durability, a Mazda Miata, you could probably put, I don't know, 450,000 fucking kilometers on that. How much are you going to put on a Camaro? You know? Anyway. So, that's about that. That's when you know you're in a French part of the city, when this sign says arrêt and it doesn't say stop. If it's written stop, a lot of English people live there. Probably mostly English people. And now we are probably at, let me think here. Bélanger, Saint-Zotique, I'm going to tell you in a second. Whoa, watch out there, Honda Civic. Bélanger, I think. Yeah, we're going to finish right here, and I'll continue this some other time. So many wonderful streets to film in my own city here. I was born and raised. Original street signs. And that's it, that's all. So, yeah, as I always say, I hope you liked it, and you know what to do if you do, and that's it, that's all. Take care. Bye-bye. Look, is this leaking? Yeah.